Welcome to another episode of WorldBox Nation Battle Royale. And this time I have a map that is plucked straight out from Minecraft World Generation. Okay, so what is this? This is this is a map of a world that is generated in Minecraft, translated onto this game, WorldBox. And the creator is... Hang on, let me look for... It's Montis282. Okay? And I put down all the modded race and the normal race. They split off into a bunch of kingdoms. And I let them kind of develop a little bit. And now... let's go through the kingdoms. We have, of course, first we have Great Kior, the Hive. Tomrim, also a Hive kingdom. Oari Forest, over here, Elven. Ancient Elf Foes, also Elven. We have Ancient Honua over here, which is the Lizard people. Rocky Paw here, and Dundoyer Stones, or the dwarfs. The orc have a kingdom over here called Dus S. Now I know that, you know, this little village here is kind of an unfair sort of like disadvantage for the orcs, but you know, the orcs are very... last time the orcs are quite aggressive, and you know, so I'll let them have a little bit of a handicap so that the other kind of race can, you know, contribute a little bit more into the game. And of course we have the human here with Great Uga Booga. All right, as usual, we're gonna put on Diplomacy, Random Event, Rebellion, Kingdom Expansion, and Krisu Monster off. The soundtrack is the soundtrack for Minecraft Dungeon. That's right. Alright, so let's get the game going. Gotta put the timer on ×5. So far, I think Dus S has declared war on the Dus warriors, which I would say, good luck doing that. Being stuck on an island and all that. Perhaps they can do something about, you know, that port, but I don't see them having any woods to actually build something for a while. Alright. So it does seem that, oh, I see. Rocky Paw here and Dundoyer Stones are having a bit of a civil war between the dwarfs. Now it seems that Dundoyer Stone has been able to, like, overcome their brethren. They're building some ports here. Now this river system does actually flow out to the ocean, so having a port over here is definitely important. Down the south we can see that the two Hive Kingdom are doing very well here. Wow, this guy actually has a shield. Now how does he actually gain that shield though? I don't know. I've never seen that happen before. Again, a new thing for me in this game. Happiness through armor. Well, these guys are building their town hall right next to the human. I don't know if the wow. Well, I guess this is considered a sort of a... can be built... the port can be built over here, or maybe here, I don't know. If they so choose. So far the Lizard have yet to build a port, so trading for them might be a little bit more difficult. The elves, they're doing fine. And the goblin sort of doing fine with their port over here. The high people have actually built like a big port now that can support like huge landing ship. Will they actually use it for anything though? This patch of land is certainly still unoccupied. So maybe. And of course, you know, the orcs. Not sure why the orc would declare war with the goblin when they haven't even came in contact, but okay. I guess the orc just kind of like hates goblin as a general trait of population. No, not really. But, you know, I guess it just hates everyone, so not very surprising. Wow, this... I don't know why, how this happens, but this this mine over here requires the elves from Owari Forest to actually travel all the way down here just to like you know, harvest it, because they cannot cross the river. Not sure why that is, but okay. Not that I don't know why they couldn't cross the river, more like how did they even build this in the first place, you know? Okay, so the elves have started making their ports. And I can see some industrial building that is for making ration, I believe. If we look through the resources, we can see ration over here. Oh, and some jam, okay. Now, definitely feels like the humans are preparing very some defenses here, just in case, you know, the lizard gets a little bit too aggressive, so they can shell this island. So far, we have yet to see any devastating war. Only a few happening. And it seems that these two also made peace with each other. I do have war on, right? Yes. Yes, it is. Perhaps, you know, we are still in the early stage of the game, where kingdoms are more focused on civilization building instead of killing each other. Here we can see the Hive have already made quite a sizable army. Great Kior. This huge patch of land, even though claimed, is actually unused right now, so I'm not sure what their intention is. Ooh, the orc have declared... wait, no. The goblin and the had declared war on the elves from Owari Forest. Now, I would like to see this war happening in a slower pace, so I can actually observe. Okay, so it seems that the goblin are throwing some torches. They're torching the elves' farm so that they couldn't get any more food. This huge guy just charged into battle. Why did you not use a bow? Well, doesn't matter now. Seems that the goblin was severely defeated. The first offensive. Ancient Honua has declared war on Red Uga. The human was correct. The lizard has definitely trying to like to do some eradication on the human, and the human is out of the game. With the human out of the game, I do think that this will be a very much different kind of like a very different sort of match, as the human are usually the aggressive one, trying to take over lands and conquer stuff. Without the humans, kingdoms like the Hive and the Lizard will actually have more chance of surviving. Now the elves here are definitely not doing good. It seems that the the goblin have broken through the defenses and is now raiding the last of the elves villages, the Owari forest villages, because we still have a much bigger faction of elves here. It seems that Owari forest managed to okay, they didn't manage to survive. It seems that these warriors have secured that victory, and now, well, no, as they before they could even try to settle on the land here, ancient Eophoreas has already made their moves, taking advantage of that fallen elf kingdom to actually develop their own land here. They're building a port over here. They can actually take over this building if it is still standing. Seems that Urdisk warriors have missed the chance of staking claim on this entire, you know, area. Okay. Let's see the culture and look how well they're doing. House tier 1 through 3. Mining efficiency, sharp axe, trading hammer, weapon production, sword. So far, no ports. Okay. I know that they can build a port. Well, it seems that the lizard have taken over this area, but they couldn't actually make a claim on a place that you know, can support a port. So they are pretty much still quite landlocked here in this with spear and curse village, in this kind of area. They have docks technology but cannot build them because they don't have any suitable land. Perhaps if they expand to this tile, then maybe. Deus S and Urkdus warrior are still somewhat grumble. Oh, they're still somewhat, you know, at war with each other, but without any ports and without any ship, then it is quite impossible for the war to actually have any effect. So basically, not much happening. Now, Dune Joy here, Warrior Stone. Should they, well, the elves are building their villages on the mountain here, but the dwarves, why didn't they do the same? Very interesting. Okay, so far, we still have yet to see any more war. This kingdom, Tomrim, is kind of isolated here. As you can see, they cannot advance over here or here, as the river has basically stopped them from expanding northward. But in this area, they can actually kind of like expand over here if they try to like take over some villages from Great Kiel or Kiel. But I don't think they're going to try that because, I mean, look at this army. This, whatever this thing is. Oh, I see. They're trading with each other. Ah! The orc have managed to build a ship. And now, perhaps they will try to do some landing on the mainland. I gave them a handicap, but it seems that they are still quite aggressive in terms of strategy. And perhaps they can actually do some raiding here. Or at least settle on this untamed land. Let's put this on Sonic speed. I can see that the orc have tried to settle onto this little untamed snow biome here. Ancient Honua and ancient elf warriors is declaring war against each other. Let's see. We can already see that the elves are making huge advance here onto the lizard people. On the lizard kingdom. They're burning, they're destroying the farm. Oh. Taking advantage of that, great Kior has just taken claim onto this land here. Now it seems that ancient Honua cannot survive any longer. Population are quite dwindling here, as the elves have yet to take any major losses. Oh. This might spell doom for ancient Honua. The rest are children. They couldn't build anything. Oh, maybe there's this guy. Onela. He's strong, but I don't think he's gonna survive. Well, rest in peace, ancient Honua. Village Oiari was destroyed. So that's two races down. Still don't really. Okay, so ancient Eophoias and Dundoyer stones are duking it out right now, and I don't know. The dwarves are. I mean, look at this. The elves, huge army, very well equipped. The dwarves, they're kind of contained here, you know. Even with this village having connection to the ocean, it's still kind of limited in terms of size, and therefore they couldn't have more people than the elves. So it seems that the dwarves are the next to be driven out. Five, 4, 3. Oh no, man! The ancient Eophoias are quite aggressive here. I didn't expect the elves to actually be this aggressive. The dwarf are gone, and now it seems that the goblin is next to in the hit list. This poor goblin. Okay, so it seems that the goblin have somewhat been able to push away the elves, but now the elves are gonna try to make another advance onto the goblin land. Another industrial line building has been built, and this one is for gun part, I believe, which means the elves are gonna have access to gun. Whoa, what is happening? Oh, Great Kior has actually entered the fight here, raiding Elven village in the border, actually kind of striking into the inner country as well. However, if the elves are fast enough, they can actually turn the tide. But can they? They have access to gun technology. the elven army are still quite preoccupied with fighting the goblin, but it seems that the hive are actually helping the goblin on this one. You can see a huge hive army marching into the elves' territory, destroying their defensive structures and villagers, the soldiers. Meanwhile, I don't know what happens here, but this hive people village was also destroyed. That kingdom was gone. I believe they might have been attacked by the not the dwarves, the orcs. Now the elves will have to the rest of the population seems to be children. So yeah, good luck. There is an army here trying to board the ship, but I don't know if they're gonna like even arrive in time. Seeing as how the hive people are making like quick advances into the capital, destroying city after cities from the elves. All the while, the orc are just kind of like over here. Okay, so it seems that the elves are kind of surviving the fight for now, as the hive has actually turned on this goblin and now to attacking, eradicating them to get more land. Such savages. The goblin trying their best to defend. They're also making a counterattack. They're destroying new settlement made by the hive. The goblin is down to 2 people. Now, I don't know, but it does look like this guy, Peony, killed 3. Well, he's defending valiantly, but couldn't really do much of anything. And it seems that there's free land now. The dwarf next on the hit list for the hive. I mean, not the dwarf, the orcs, sorry. Now they can actually try to settle here. That would be very great, but I don't know if the orc is gonna have the technology to secure that region. The elves have been set back very far behind in terms of technology. And of course, the population as well. And they're still suffering raids from Great Cure. And it seems that the elves does not like the they're not like the fact that the orcs are making advances onto the mainland here. But I don't think they can actually sustain any of their population anymore. They're down to 10 people. The villages are all destroyed. It's gonna be the end for the elves. Great Kior has managed to become the strongest power in this world. The first time a non-original, non-vanilla race has actually done so. Now, the question is, will the orc be defeated? These two pieces of land here are quite isolated from the mainland, as you can see here. This river runs all across this, turning this into an island actually. So in order to attack the orcs. Ah, they've already made some advances onto the orc homeland, destroying its the village here on the island, which means this will become the only settlement left for the orcs. Now, will the orcs suffer from another attack, though? They need to build something quickly, like a barrack, or try to settle back onto that island. They've managed to secure a peace treaty. Ah, I see. They actually started to expand now. A new kingdom was found, Ancient Bam Daral, splitting off from Great Kior. Oh, that kingdom was destroyed very quickly as the hive grows in power and, of course, in number. You can see an actual army of the orcs are here in the land of the hive, which is kind of strange. I don't actually understand. I guess they got stranded there somehow. Seems that the orc are trying to resettle onto the mainland, I mean the homeland, but couldn't, because there weren't any, I don't know, maybe they could. Oh, they're actually like letting these people come back to home now, I guess. Are you gonna board the ship or not? Come on. Oh, that ship just gonna sit there. Oh, Rocky Bam Gegor has split off from Great Kior, containing all of this northern patch of land. I don't know. It's gonna be a very huge disadvantage as the Rocky Bam Gegor does not have very much land, actual arable land to work with here. And they're gone, but Boer pigs split off. Okay, what the fuck is this thing doing here? Okay, so Boer pigs, kind of a failed revolt, but they actually kind of managed to do a little bit of occupation to Great Kior, but that kind of occupation was quickly squelched and destroyed. The Hive have united once again. Thus as the orcs have managed to return to their homeland. Hopefully this time they can actually secure it more, much better than the last time they actually did that. Okay, at least they are, you know, harvesting some ores. Oh no, Great Kior actually once again declaring war on the orcs, which is now trying to raid this hive village to no avail. In the meantime, miner of Gostoshaus and Il has split off from Great Kior and actually doing some damage to it, relegating Great Kior into a smaller country than it actually was, turning it in, I mean, putting it in a very bad situation, as Great Kior cannot have too much troops to actually spend on a major front. Instead they have to thin them out in order to defend themselves against both aggressive kingdom here. I don't know about this, but I feel like Great Cure is having to focus on defending against the miners of Ghost to Saul instead of the Orc. I mean, look at this army here, having no opposition whatsoever, just kind of demolish anyone who stepped in their way. Great Cure has been turned into a small, tiny country in this area here. Of course, a peace treaty has had yet to be signed, so a chance for a new offensive to the southern region here is definitely possible. They're trying to rebel against the miner of Ghost South, but I don't think that's gonna work out so well for them. I mean, look at this. The invading army is already going to the location. This guy's a giant! Kogurima. Look at that rain of arrow, and Great Cure was destroyed. Now if only the Orc does something here. Focusing on to building this industrial building for ration instead of actually building gun parts might not be a good idea. Kingdom Eahel still doing quite well, surviving that age of conflict, and they have built a nice little statue of their god here, of the Hive Queen. Let's put this on Sonic Speed. It seems that once again the Orc are in danger of being invaded by the Hive. That village was once again destroyed. Ancient Nihir split off from Mine of Ghost of Shao, from the remnant of Great Cure itself. Ancient Nihir have actually saved Deus S. Taking off a major enemy for Deus S. The Orc have once again survived by luck. It seems that Ahau have also joined into the fight, but Ancient Nihir no longer having that advantage. Groki Atahil replacing Ancient Nihir. Eal have been relegated to this small island. The Orc still surviving, and now actually doing some counter-offensive onto the mining of Ghost of Shao. Rocky Atahil has taken over this island, while Ahau retreated to the mainland. Since the mine of Ghost of Shao still have a lot of fight in them, but Rocky Atahil is now the leader in terms of population. And no longer is. Rocky Dune Ehel split off, and Rocky Ahatil got a little bit cocky and got curb stomped by Mine of Ghost of Shao. However, Edal Mountain split off from this bunch here. Kingdom Ehel still have 10 people, but I do think they are being raided by orcs. Rocky Ahatil no longer in the fight, getting claimed by Rocky Dune Eal. A real is actually attacking into Mine of Ghost to South here, splitting them off into two isolated regions, no longer able to support each other. A down mountain succumbing to Rocky Dune Ehal, or EO, I don't know. Kingdom Ariel starting to swarm the Mine of Ghost to South, and they're gone. But Rocky Dune Ehal is no less an enemy of Deus S, as the orc are being encroached further and further. Oh my god, look at this. Rocky Dune Ehal may axe. Oh wait, no, never mind. Rocky Mul, Grim, and Iru Kingdom have split off. It seems that the Hive cannot decide in order to, like, you know, unite, but they at least destroy the orcs. Alright, so yeah, all of the original kingdoms are now gone. All of the vanilla race are now gone. Rocky Oril is now the second biggest kingdom, with Rocky Dune Ehal still quite far ahead. Okay, no, never mind. Great. And well, this is kind of like break apart. Great realm. Okay, you know what? I kind of like forgot to check the age. So I don't really know where is the end point here, but you know, we can always go for the time. This is the video has been going on for 36 minutes, and I think 1 hour should be the mark. So we're just gonna let it run. Rocky Mulgarim is now the largest kingdom, securing the well, let's just say the middle part here. But Great Erim, wow, man, it's like a tug of war between kingdoms. Always one kingdom tried to claim a huge piece of land and then got absolutely demolished the next few decades. And then they split off. Pador Pix, huh? Well, I kind of want to check if the Hive can actually like trade, have actually, like, you know, managed to snatch some of the technologies, the modern technology of the other race. But it doesn't seem like that is the case from what we can see here. We don't see any technology like gun or stuff like ration or clothes. No, they actually built a tower. They cannot build cannons, they cannot build gun. But at least they have sick house. Actually from the same culture here. They can only have they can actually have 10 rare knowledges, but these guys just didn't invest enough into the rare knowledges, and so kind of like filled out their culture level already, so they couldn't really gain any more. Hey, this building actually kind of like okay, so first of all, this is from the orc. Okay, this building is built by the orcs, but because the building is kind of like able to be used by any race. When the Hive came in here and inhabited this land, they actually managed to keep this building. Now, can they actually produce anything from that though? I don't think so. I don't see any of that. Any of the ration and stuff. For trading, I think that might be possible, but I've also not seen them doing that. So it seems that this guy really love spears. Oh, I see a gun. There's a flintlock gun here for the Hive. Let's look closer and see. This is kind of curious for me. I have never seen one of the modern race use a gun before. So I don't see any soldier wielding a gun right now. Perhaps a king? Maybe a king? Very interesting. What was the village with a gun? It's created from just as 340 years ago. But can they use it though? I don't see any soldier wielding guns. Maybe that gun is like a relic. Bow, pickaxe. This guy's a freaking huge dude. Bear Kurime. I suppose they can if they bother to actually, like, you know, pull that out from storage. But I think that might be the only gun made this entire game. Other vanilla kingdom, even the elves, couldn't actually build a gun in time, so yeah. Well, if we see anyone bust out that gun, that's gonna be like a huge thing. In fact, Dotil is being annexed. Hamauer is being annexed. No gun, huh? Well, carry on then. Let me see the king though. Maybe they will have some interesting gear. Not really. Okay, whatever. I feel like the Hive just have like really poor coordination. Despite, you know, being a Hive. They just don't unite with each other very much. They just keep splitting off. I mean, look at this. This kingdom only has like one village, you know, possible to be one village limit. So it's like, you know, king with the highest stewardship skill can rule a village. This guy just has no stewardship whatsoever. Then, not really. He has 13, but like, I don't know why. I guess the Hive just kind of sucks at like micromanaging their. Well, not like it kind of sucks at like uniting into one single kind of like nation. Very strange. Even though they are a Hive, you would think that they would be working in unison instead of like splitting off, doing some weird random thing. But I guess that can happen. Whoa, is that a gun I see? swear this guy's actually wielding a gun. Let me look at it. Maybe it doesn't show. Yeah, he is. Smart sculptor created by Enena from Deus Ex 396 years ago. So this is the first time I've seen like a modded race person wielding a gun. Because the modded race, they don't have the capacity to actually build the infrastructure for guns themselves. So this is quite surprising. This guy gonna die. Come on, you gotta use a gun better. Well, this dude have a gun now. You know what? I'm just gonna like follow this guy who has a gun. Dear Shomo Kingslayer. Let me add to my favorite, and now I'm gonna put it on debug sonic speed, and then I'm gonna like observe him. Let me observe him, please. Where is he? Here he is. He has 120 health. No, he died. No, what about the gun? What about the gun though? Was the gun retained? Don't see any. Well, I guess RIP. Rest in peace, gun technology. Alright. Well, maybe I'll just let the game run to the year 2000. And we'll see who came out on top, okay? Who gonna be the longest surviving kingdom? It's probably gonna be someone with like 3 years old, because all the kingdoms just kind of split off randomly. It's my first time watching a civil war between the Hive. Next time, maybe it will be the chance for the lizard or the goblin. Who knows? Rocky Owl seems to be the largest kingdom right now, but with the notorious disunities as a Hive has, believe it or not, I don't think they're gonna. Yep, there we go. There's a fracture. Very good. Just claim a land, claim a city, and then break off immediately after. I don't know, man. They should have spec into governance or something, you know. Actually, you know what? Let's look into their culture. So they have culture conversion tree, which is kind of pointless because they are the only culture for the Hive left. Culture spread tree, which also kind of pointless. I don't know why they would do that. They have no governance levels. That's why they are so shitty at doing that. Adamantite, bronze, copper, iron, mithril, silver, steel. Bow, hammer, spear, sword, zone control, offensive strategy, heroes, defense, purification, ancestor knowledge, weaponsmith. Alright, kind of garbage build, but okay. I'm just gonna let it run. There's not much to comment here, as most kingdom kind of just split off into next, gonna split off into multiple kingdom in you know, 3 years or something. Very interesting. Very interesting. Kokbadim or City Minor, Ancient Nagal. Now I reckon Ancient Nagal's in a pretty good space there with the isolated island and all, but seeing how the orc in the early game got absolutely destroyed. I mean, not exactly destroyed, but you know, they still got destroyed eventually. It's not a good chance for Ancient Nagal to actually like survive long. Wow, look at that! The control of the land just kind of like switch every few years, huh? It's like it never makes sense, you know.
It kind of reminds me of the how do you call it, the aliens, the prawn from District 9. You know, they're kind of like hive people. They're kind of like insectoid kind of deal. But they're kind of stupid. I guess without a queen, without a proper queen, not like a, you know, then they are kind of like shit at, like, you know, governing themselves. Kind of split up randomly, kind of like do some savage bullshittery. In this case, though, they are quite civilized, but even with a king governing them, well, they kind of just disagree with, you know, who is the king. Who is their king? You know, it's kind of like really strange. So far, I have only seen quite a few mods that I like. With this mod, the what is this called? Variety box mod, being one of my most favorite. And then the next one is the mod with the gun. That gives me that early, I think it's called early modern war or something like that. I don't know. That and the industrialization mod. Those two goes pretty well with each other because they're from the same creator. But kind of makes for an interesting kind of like mix, because the modded race have some advantage on their own, but they couldn't build any modern building, or at least early modern building. However, they can actually inherit some of the building from the guys that are from the original race. For example, this thing. And they can inherit the gun, the weapons. So that's that. Still feel like it is quite underutilized by this race, by the hive here. Perhaps they could have let the orc or the elves, or maybe some other race, kind of like survive a little bit stronger. But I guess you know, eliminating them before they actually make the gun is definitely the better option, instead of, like, you know, looting the guns from a very much more powerful kingdom. You know, that's like a poor bet, but it can happen, and we've seen that, you know, with the fact that one of the soldier from one of the High Kingdom actually can wield guns, which, to my surprise. So now that we see the High in action, I kind of am curious to see like a pure, full goblin kind of world would look like, you know. The goblins themselves are really poor performing, like a really poor performing race, because they depends on the fact that year 2000 has arrived. Sorry about my rambling. I'm just gonna keep rambling a little bit more. So the goblin cannot actually build some of the special building, like I think the town hall, that. The farm is another one. Well, no, I think they can build farm. Anything that is like a building, anything that is like a learned technique, like a learned technology, they can build. But something that is like something like the town hall, they cannot actually use. They cannot actually build themselves. So they have to rely on stealing technology from the other culture, but they can actually control a huge patch of land with little people, so that is a pretty cool trait from the goblin. Although I don't really know how that gonna like play into their advantage, because I've never seen the goblin do too well. I guess on the
on the World of Warcraft maps, they can do a little bit better when you know, the other race have little space to like work with. So you know, we'll see in the future. And yeah, let's see which kingdom is the oldest surviving. We have 4. Ancient Etau, 117 years old. 115 years old, Great Aru, 11. Okay, you're out, buddy. And 86. So it seems that Ancient Etau is the winner here. But honestly, the real winner is the Hive itself. Being able to expand very early on and destroy the elf before they can actually build like proper gun. And then containing the dwarfs, I mean the orcs. Very interesting strategy. They have managed themselves quite well. The only like, you know, unfortunate part of the Hive is that they seems to have very poor population control despite being a hive. Despite being called a hive, so yeah. Anyway, that is gonna be the end for this video. Hope you guys like it. It is kind of like, I guess it's different enough. Oh, whatever. Honestly, I like this. I like this kind of format with more race than the other one where I try to do the accurate to the lore stuff with only one race for each map. So yeah, I'm gonna end it here. Bye.